budget document, so these projects are estimated what the budget cost would be.
Okay. And, you know, I'm just wondering, you know, with the developer funds, you know, can they be, you know, spent, you know, on different things, or, you know, I don't know if we talk about this now, or, you know, I've got an agenda item for, like, you know, safety improvements. You know, I'm just kind of wondering, like, what those developer funds can be used for.
To build the road that we have in this project.
Right, but,
So you're asking, can those funds be used to fund your project, or the project that you're bringing up?
well, you know, that's part of, you know, the project. You know, what I'm just wondering is, you know, we've held public hearings on some of the other roads, you know, around town, and, you know, maybe I missed them, but, you know, have we held public hearings on County Line Road, and what the plans, and,
We've had a public hearing every year about the 5-year plan. We've had a public hearing about the budget.
right, no, but about,
Public
you know,
hearing about the
the
grant application.
but the, you know, designs, you know, where it's actually gonna go, how close it's gonna be to, you know, the neighbors' homes.
We don't know that because we don't have the engineering data.
But you just said you had
Okay.
engineering.
Because he's talking about the safety signs, is that what you're talking about?
Right, well, I'm talking about all of it, because, you know, I mean, you know, I've seen, you know, some of the engineering, you know, I had a
Right.
meeting in
Those
your
are-
office.
Those are schematic plans. They're not engineered drawings.
Okay, so that wasn't some of this 609.
That's what we're doing right now, but we're considering stopping that
Okay,
because we don't have the funds to build the road now.
right. I guess I'm just trying to figure out, like, where, you know, the money to come up with, you know, those plans.
From the developer contributions.
Okay. And,
The developers of every one of those projects out there, as we've discussed numerous times in meetings, have development agreements where they make payments at each time they file a final plat. So we received a portion of those funds. We're utilizing those funds now to pay for this engineering. That was, again, the whole plan with the 2021 COs, that we had enough money to pay for the engineering, that the engineering would be completed by first quarter of '22. Then we could, if we had the $3 million that we were borrowing from 2021, then we could have immediately moved forward with bidding that project and starting construction on 2021. It's similar to what we talked about before. We don't pay an entire bill when we get the engagement. We also don't necessarily have all the money in the bank when we start a project.
okay,
Thomas, would it be better, because I don't know that we're actually answering anything, would it be
Right.
better to have a one-on-one at a later time? And maybe, get your questions
No,
answered?
we'd like
I
it
can
in
get your
public
questions
comment.
answered.
yeah, because I was
Well,
gonna
I think
say,
I've answered.
the
No.
main question, you know, I keep on asking is, what can these, you know, developer funds be used for, is kind of the main.
To build the road.
Right, but what road are we talking about? Because, you know, like I said, you know, there hasn't been, you know, like, public hearings as far as how close the road is gonna be to people's homes.
We don't know what that is yet. We don't have
Okay.
the engineered drawings.
So
yet.
let's follow this up one-on-one.
Okay,
Okay. So,
Well, those should not be questions in anyone's mind.
But he has a
We need to-
question. I've got to leave. This is absolutely ridiculous.
When we do a roadway project, we have schematics.
Okay, I had to leave because this guy is such an asshole.
We have an initial concept.
Oh my God, how can anybody be so rude?
But where exactly the road and the right of way exists on the ground is not done until we have detailed plans and specifications that are produced by the engineer. Nobody knows that until we get that done. We don't know in this case how much right of way we're gonna need from both people. That's what we're trying to find out right now. That's exactly what the engineer is doing. We use the money that the developer contributions made to pay for that contract of the engineer, but that's all that money will afford right now.
Because, you know, some of my constituents have asked for different things in that road, you know, I mean, it would obviously be up to council, you know, if
Those plans are, the details we have are right here, that we have to this point. We've shown repeatedly schematic and concept drawings at the council meetings. They're welcome to any of that information. When it comes down to the time, when we need to know exactly where the property line is, we'll contact those people, and those
Who's in
people will
charge?
be engaged. We're trying to do that right now with some people out there, but we don't know where this project is going now, because we don't have money.
Tom, we're gonna continue it later.
Well, I don't think it's fair to ask like there's questions lingering about this. It's a very simple, straightforward
It's gotta
project.
be continued
Anybody
later,
can
okay?
find out anything about it.
Okay. Council, let's keep in mind that within this 5-year plan, you just got. So don't be overwhelmed by it, because we have time to look at it, we have time to see, I like this project, I don't like this project, and then we're gonna have time to